Morning! Today's class is going to be another video, unfortunately, and you have to watch it. And you have to do the exercises that I'm going to explain in this video, okay? So let us look at the first exercise that we have here. So we have to color the correct choice. We have to color the correct choice. So the first what sentence? Omar, do we say is, am, or are my best friend? What do we say? Omar is, am, or are. And if we want to replace the noun Omar with a pronoun, we have to say he. So do we put is, am, or are? What do you think? The second sentence, I is, am, or are an honest boy. What do you think? Do we say I is, or I am, or I are? What do you think we use with I? My toys, we're talking about more than one toy, is, am, or are in the box. What do you think? Which one do we have to choose? We, is, am, or are from Jordan. What do you think? We is, or we am, or we are? Our dog is, or am, are 2 years old. The dog, our dog, what do we use for it? Or with it? You is, am, or are tall and strong. What do you think? Number 7. My father is, am, or are a doctor. Number 8. They is, am, or are my friends. Farah and I is, am, or are good students. What do you think is the correct answer? So you have to answer this, or yes, you have to answer these questions or exercises or sentences based on your knowledge about or of what are, am, and are, am, and is, okay? Now let us move to the second part. So in this video, we have two parts. The first part is going to be about am, is, are, which we use for talking about what? For talking about things that are happening now, or when you want to talk about the present time, okay? Now let us move to was and were. Okay, we have here, okay. So using was and were, the verb be takes different forms. We have to know that. And we have to know that, yes, again, make sure the form of be agrees with the subject. Okay, so we use was with one, and we use were with more than one. So we have to write each sentence correctly. The room, do we say the room was or were full of people? The room is it. Do we say it was or it were? What do you think? The music was or were loud? Music, it. The children, and here the children is plural. Pay attention to that it is, or we use it to talk about more than one child. So the singular is child and the plural form of it is children. So it's like saying they. Do we say they was or they were? What do you think? The children, happy, was or were. They was or were laughing. It's like smiling, but with, with a sound, or with making sounds while you're smiling or something. So that is the second exercise that you have to do. And the third exercise that you have to do is, okay, and here is the third worksheet that you have to do. Okay, we have to complete the sentences with am, is, are here, And we have to complete the sentences with was or were here, okay? So let me read each sentence for you. The first one, my grandma and grandpa, do we say is, are both 60 years old? Do we say my grandma and grandpa? They, do we say they they is, or they are? There are many large branches on that tree. So what do you think we say? There are, or there is, or there am? And pay attention to the word branches. It is, or it means that we're talking about more than one here. Okay? The meal that I like best, do we say am, is, are? And look at the meal. The meal refers, or we can replace the meal with it. Some things, what we're talking about more than one thing, do we say am, is, or are? This land, okay, we can replace it with the pronoun it. So we say it is covered, or it are covered, or it am covered. My friend is, are, or am from Iran. My toys, do we say am, is, or are in my closet or closet? What do you think? Complete the sentences with was or were. She, do we say she was or she were at the gas station? All our friends, all our friends, do we say was or were? What do you think? Friends. It was or were a really special day. My birthday, do we say it was yesterday or, okay, it were yesterday. Tom, do we say was or were the funny kid in class? And Tom, we can replace it with what? With Saad, with Omar, with Ahmed, okay, with whichever or whatever name you want to replace it with. My teacher, do we say was or were busy? And we can replace the teacher with he or she, or any name that you want. Okay, these are the 3 worksheets that I need you to do. And if you don't have time to print them out, you can just write them inside your notebooks and show them to me, okay? If you have any questions, you can ask me, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.